Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 BMW M3 xDrive competition. Huge shout out not only to Hendrick BMW Charlotte, but to the owner of this vehicle for letting me take a look at it. Check out Hendrick's website down in the description below. This M3 is finished off in an exclusive Mora metallic, and the MSRP is just over $104,000. Now this is powered by the 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6 paired to the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 523 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. Sent through that xDrive all-wheel drive system, this nearly 4,000-pound sedan can do 0 to 60 in BMW's claimed 3.4 seconds. I have seen times closer to 2.8 seconds. It has a top speed of 180 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 15.6 gallons. You'll expect to see 16 miles per gallon in the city, 24 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 112.5 inches. Its overall length is 189.1. It has a width of 74.3, a height of 56.6, and its ground clearance measures in at 4.8 inches. Now this particular model here has a lot in options, so we have a lot to go through with this. Starting up front, you'll notice carbon fiber accents in the lower inlets as part of the exterior carbon fiber package. There's also the large kidney grille, forward-facing camera for this model, plenty of cutouts along with parking sensors too, and then there's some gloss black trim accents for the outer edges of the bumper. There's also another inlet just above that to provide additional cooling, and then this is equipped with LEDs for all of the lighting with a nice dark housing. And there's some very nice lines that come down the hood which go off of the top of that kidney grille just to blend it in very nicely. Now this model also has a really nice design for the two-tone wheels with that multi-spoke pattern. This model also has black for the M Sport brakes. There's the M3 competition badge just behind that, along with gloss black for the lower side skirt there. More carbon fiber for the power folding side mirrors with a camera and a turn signal, and then of course carbon fiber for the entire roof. Now there's more gloss black accents surrounding the window trim, and then this is a very beautiful color for this M3. The first time that I'm seeing this color, and it shines very nicely out in the sunlight. Now this also has more carbon fiber for the trunk mounted spoiler. There's the backup camera, LEDs for all of the lighting. There's parking sensors in the lower section, and then more carbon fiber for the lower diffuser, as well as the quad tip dual exhaust. And you'll notice there's more gloss black accents on the side. Now this also has remote start, so you can use that when it's activated just by using the lock button. You can also use the key fob or the button underneath to open up the power trunk. Now for this sedan, there's actually a decent amount of space. You get a bin on one side along with this storage net on the other, and you can even fold down the back seats to get that much more space. Now there's no storage or spare underneath the floor, but you have plenty of storage and cargo for this sedan. And then the two buttons to either close that trunk or to lock the vehicle. Now if you do lock it, there's proximity door handles for your rear doors, so that makes it easy to open. Now this model is paired with the ivory white interior, which is a very nice combo. You'll notice Harman Kardon for the audio, there's interior lighting, and then some storage in the lower section. And there's even the BMW color stitched on the seat belts. And at 5'10", hopping into the back, I have a good bit of space. You'll notice there's vents in the middle along with your temperature adjustments, where you'd like the air to go, and auxiliaries. And then at my height, I have maybe an inch or so of headroom. So honestly, I can sit up and be comfortable in the back of this. You'll notice too that you can open up the middle seat there. You could use it as an armrest if you needed. And then a pretty thin pillar back there to easily be able to see. Now, as we work our way up front, this model has memory seating adjustments, power folding side mirrors, window controls, trunk release, and additional storage. And then this model also has the optional carbon fiber bucket seats. With M3, all of the cutouts and the carbon fiber on the backing as you saw, and they are still automatic. So you have all of those adjustments. Really nice thigh bolstering support as well as back behind your back there. And it's a little tricky to get in, but once you are in, this is one of the most comfortable seats that I have been able to sit in. But let's go ahead now and start this up. Take a listen to how this sounds. And coming back to the digital gauge cluster now, you'll notice on the left side, there's your fuel and miles per hour. On the right side, there's the tach and engine temperature. Now to further go through that screen, you'll use this button right in the middle, where there's also volume tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. So by clicking on that, we can start scrolling through all of this content, just depending on what you would like to see. So you have a lot right in front of you there. And then you can also scroll over to the head-up display, where you can go through a few different settings depending on how you're driving for the day and the info that you need to see. Now this also has massive carbon fiber paddle shifters. There's M1 and M2, cruise control settings on the left. This is also a flat bottom steering wheel that's also covered in Alcantara, which is an option. And then there's the red stripe front and center. Now to the left, there's a little bit of storage down below, all of the headlight adjustments with one air vent, and then working our way to the infotainment system, you have a lot more that you can go through. You can get into your phone. You have all of these apps for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can get into your interior and exterior lighting, seat comfort, pretty much everything that you need. On the home screen, you can swipe through all of these widgets, and you can even customize them too and add them just depending on what you want to have at your fingertips there. There's the climate adjustments. You can pull up the navigation or map in full screen there along with your audio. And then this even has heated seats and the heated steering wheel and your temperature adjustments for the climates. Now there's more carbon fiber underneath that. You have air vents along with volume tuning and some defrosters. There's wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries underneath more carbon fiber. And then there's all of the physical buttons for this screen. So if you don't want to use it as a touchscreen system, simply just use all of these controls and you can quickly get through that. Now in order to put this into reverse, push the shifter to the left and forwards. That will bring up your backup camera with the top-down view. This also has automatic parking and the backup assistance. Now, with this camera system, you virtually have no blind spots, especially in slower speed situations. You have all of the angles that you need. Now, in order to put this into drive, simply go back into the middle and then bump it to the right. If you do that one more time, that is for sport mode. And with it in drive, you can just push on this shortcut to pull up that forward-facing camera in full screen. Now, park is on the back. You also have the ability to adjust how slow and quick you want the transmission to shift. Now there's traction control, parking sensors, engine start stop. And then if you go into M mode, you can go into sport, where it's going to change both the gauge cluster and the tach. So you have some more performance oriented information along with a larger tach on the head-up display. And then setup is how you can get into M1 and M2 and configure the vehicle as needed. So you can have these shortcuts pre-programmed and ready to go depending on the driving that you are doing. There's auto hold with the e-brake, more carbon fiber. You get an auxiliary with storage in the armrest and then plenty of storage in the glove box too. There's also garage door buttons up top, and then you have dome lights right in the middle. And then here's a look at visibility. Pretty easy to see over both shoulders. You have quite a lot of glass for this sedan. Now, of course, since this is a sold vehicle, let's hop into a different M3 xDrive competition with these seats, just a different exterior color, and really see how this vehicle can perform. Oh, this is quick. This is a fast vehicle. That is so thrilling to get up to speed there and utilize that. Now, I've been driving this around for a couple days. We also just took this to the mountains the other day. So if you'd like to see us really rip on this a little bit more, check out that video. I do have kind of a small road here where we can do a little bit of performance driving, but take a look at that separate review video with my brother going through a mountain road. This is an amazing machine. I am thoroughly excited to be able to have this for the week and really showcase what the M3 is capable of, because we review a lot of these. They are dealer vehicles that are pretty much brand new. We have a few thousand miles on this model here, and so we can test it out a little bit more to really see its capabilities. This is, I think, the ultimate family style sedan, because you can drive this from point A to point B in the efficiency mode just like a normal sedan. It doesn't have to have the power. You can go in stop and go traffic. You can have the transmission set up for those situations, or you can do what we're doing today and just have a blast. So you have a practical vehicle that is also highly performance oriented, and you do get a few different options as well. You can go with the base M3, which is going to give you the manual option. You can go rear wheel drive, or you can go all-wheel drive like the competition we have. This is going to provide you with the highest horsepower and torque ratings. So it really just depends on what your preference is, what your budget is. You have a lot of different options. As you've been able to see with this model here, we have pretty much a fully loaded M3 comp. And as far as what it's been like to drive, if we put it into efficiency mode now, we'll put it into the normal shifting transmission setting, it's been really nice. It does get a little bit softer when you put it into comfort mode, so you have that for your suspension, steering, braking, and your transmission, and it just becomes a nice daily driver. So if you're looking for a luxury vehicle, but one that is also going to give you a lot of performance, it's a great option to go with. And these seats are one of the best factory bucket seats I have ever been in. We had a BMW M4 a few years ago that had these seats as well, and it is an option I would definitely spec and go with. You don't see them that often, and I believe that they would hold their value, being about $4,500 as a standalone option. This model has it included in the carbon fiber package, but it's a really comfortable seat. The only downside is getting in and out, but once you are in, it's a really comfortable place to be. So I would opt for them. It also gives you a little bit more legroom in the back too, making it that much more practical for your backseat passengers, as well as folding the seats down and then putting anything in the back that you would like. And from second gear, here we go. This is one heck of a sedan. It is so much fun to drive. And like I said, check out the full reaction video of us taking this to the mountains. I do have a quick twisty road here that we can at least do for today's video, but the handling in this is amazing. We have so much power. It's also pretty manageable too, but on a road like this, we almost have too much power. So you don't have to redline this, you don't have to get up in the higher RPM. You have a lot of power down low and just really all the power that you need. And there's such a big difference with these driving modes. It is unreal. This is becoming even more of a favorite of mine because we get to drive these a lot, but we never get to drive them like this. And so this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the BMW M3 competition. It is so engaging. Carbon ceramics do a great job too, so that way that cat can move there. But the brakes do such a great job, and it is so fun. It's such an amazing vehicle. It checks all the boxes as far as being luxury focused, being practical, being performance oriented, and even having the tuning potential if you are craving more power. And then my favorite thing about this car is we have launch control. So we need to make sure that the vehicle is in drive because we won't be using the paddle shifters. Everything is in Sport Plus, foot on the brake. Here we go. Oh my goodness. This is just so unreal how quick it is. It is so much fun. And so coming back to the original M3 here, as you saw, this is a fantastic family style sedan. You can use this to put in your kids, to put in your family, and then when you're ready to, you can have some fun through the twisties. So if you're looking for a sedan that has more to it than just being a people hauler, the M3 is a great option. I thoroughly enjoyed the one that we had for a week. As you could tell, such a blast to drive. It has so many different driving characteristics to it that you really can't get bored with this model. Just being able to adjust the transmission, the different driving modes. If you're just normal driving, you're driving in traffic, or you're on the track, mountain roads, you have so many different personalities to make this vehicle drive to the conditions that you are doing for the day. So I highly recommend one. I know the owner of this is going to thoroughly enjoy it. It is something that I'm considering at some point in the future. I think it would be a great vehicle to drive. So once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte and the owner. If you want to see more driving impressions, more content on the M3, you can take a look at the full reviews that we have made through the mountains, our impressions, things like that. We have quite a lot of content surrounding this platform. So if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.